All right, so everyone, I just got home. Um, I want to give you some context so you guys can understand the whole situation because it's really hard to put it into words. She just got done going through heat. She's 9 years old, and she had done this many times and had no complications. I decided not to get her fixed a while ago because I did at one point want to have puppies with her, but they told me that as she got older, there could be more complications to getting her spaded. So I never had any complications. Didn't realize the chances of what those outcomes could be. She got recently diagnosed with diabetes about 3 months ago, and she before then was drinking a lot of water excessively and started losing drastic weight, which is when I found out that she had diabetes. And she never entered ketoacidosis, which is, I guess, when her blood sugar levels are super high. I'm not a diabetic. I don't know about diabetes. I'm still learning, so apologize. She got it under control and she's been fine. And when she just recently went through heat about 3 weeks ago, she was fine during that up until she ended. It wasn't until after that she got done that she started drinking more water and starting to have accidents because she doesn't have accidents in the house. My initial thought was, okay, I know I heard something about might need to adjust her insulin levels during, heat and during those times. So I knew I had a checkup in a couple weeks, and I knew that they would check her levels, and I had that appointment scheduled for today. Tuesday night, she was fine. She was eating everything Tuesday night. Um, she had, vomited, and obviously she didn't want to eat that night, and got her to eat a little bit and gave her some insulin and get off work at 12:30. So I work late, and when I got to bed, I think it was maybe around 1:30 or 2, she had vomited again a little bit, and I just my thinking process was, oh, well, maybe she had vomited all her other food up. Her stomach was empty. It didn't really gel well. She drank some water, kept her hydrated as always, and pretty much Wednesday morning, she went out to the bathroom, was fine, seemed okay, and I had to leave to run to Maryland for about 3 hours, hour and a half there and back to go ship some parts for my buddy that had purchased just stuff that I had already had planned out. So I had no thought process anything was wrong with her when I left the house. I come home to more throw up in front of my door, and that's when I was concerned. And I had to start work in about 30 minutes. So I cleaned her up, took her out. She seemed a little bit more hesitant to walk at that point because I felt like she was dehydrated. And I made sure she got plenty of water. She always had enough water. Well, right before I started work, 5 minutes before I started work, she threw up just water. And that's when I knew something was wrong. So an hour later, got her to the vet. It was an hour and a half later. And they took her in right before they closed. They closed at 4. I got her in at 3:20ish, and pretty much, they didn't really seem that concerned. And not going to name any names. I just think that, based on from the animal hospital I just took her to, they were like, knowing her situation and everything I just told you, they should have, thought it was more concerning and at least got blood work, which was not done. I did beg them to check her insulin levels, which was about 450, and they said that was high, but okay. That's probably because she hasn't eaten yet, and she didn't want to eat. And that was the reason why I took her in, because she was throwing up and, not eating. So, it had been, let's just say, 12 hours, 14 hours now that she had not gotten insulin yet and not eaten. So, long story short, took her home. They sent me home with some antibiotics, told me to give it to her when she ate and to just give her a little less insulin, which was strange, but I didn't give her any insulin because she didn't eat. I can't just give it to her. They said that if I did, it could put her into shock. So, I needed to give her some food and she just wouldn't eat. I got my mom to come over because she loves my mom. And she just laid on the ground and didn't want to move up. She was no energy, and I went back to work. because I started feeling better, because I was sick to my stomach when I saw her like that. And, I contemplated, because I got off work at midnight, contemplated taking her to the emergency vet then, but she was laying down and asleep and kind of seemed like she was drinking some water before then, and wasn't getting better, but wasn't getting worse. And it wasn't until this morning that I woke up at 7 a.m. to try and take her out, and she was just like you know, just nothing. I had to pick her up, and she wanted to just lay down, and she felt very out of it. And that's when I knew I needed to call the emergency room. Well, I called them at 12:30 and tried to get like an idea on pricing and stuff. And at 8 o'clock when I called, they were too booked up. They started a surgery, and they said it's a 6 to 8 hour backup. So I had to drive her an hour and 15 minutes to a different vet and rushed her as soon as I could. And got her checked in, and immediately, obviously tried to get approval of what I could and understand the potential costs. And I just wanted to give her a chance and see how she was doing within the next 12, 24 hours to even make sure she wasn't suffering. So after her agreeing, a pretty hefty bill, I went to go get some food. And she got a call that her heart had stopped. And I was just in shock, because I'm just devastated, thinking she was fine, she was great, she just drinking a little bit. Maybe I need to give her a little bit more insulin too. Now she's heart stopped, and I need to give her CPR, and she didn't make it. So I just wanted to give everyone context. Thank you so much for all the love and support. This is my baby. She's 9 years old. I had her since she was a pup. Perfectly healthy. I have another dog here who's 12 years old, and I was getting ready, to think that, like, at some point she's going to pass, and me and Leia were going to be alone together. And it's the other way around, and I'm just very devastated and sorry, and I wish I could have done something better, but thank you so much. I hope you understand, and if you cared to donate to help in any way, I still had a hefty bill, but not as bad as it would have been if she. I wish she would have made it, because I would have paid any amount to try and give her that chance. So have a great rest of your day. I'm so sorry. Hope you have a good one. Bye.